It's lunchtime, and this is Brad Anderson's Lunch Break. I get invited to attend tech events all the time in Las Vegas, and whenever I can, I like to make the quick trip from Redmond and meet with other tech leaders and learn about what they're doing. Today I had the role with Michele Bustamante, the founder and CIO of Soliance, a bona fide cloud expert and a longtime tech executive. Welcome, Michele. How are you?
Wow, this is awesome. Who wouldn't want to get in this car?
Right?
Wow.
In Vegas, in a Cadillac, with Elvis.
With 500 horsepower.
Exactly.
Let's see what this puppy can do.
You are a busy person. You are this incredibly sought-after speaker at events like this. But you also have a day job in that you're the co-founder and the CIO of a software consulting firm called Soliance.
Yep.
But you're also a longtime executive and a Microsoft MVP.
Yeah,
and a regional director.
I didn't get the memo that you didn't have to try
you ever sleep?
Everything in tech. Believe it or not, I make it work.
Tell us about your company.
Yeah, so Soliance is a consulting firm. We're basically a coalition of partners, and what we do is we assemble teams of experts and make it look like one team by making sure we have the leadership around it.
We're going to play a little game. Okay, the game is called This or That.
Okay.
I'm going to give you two topics.
Okay.
And then I'm going to give you some descriptions. You're going to tell me, is it A or B?
Okay.
Okay, so slot machine or presidential candidate?
Okay. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is a great year for that.
Gives a lot of speeches.
Presidential candidate.
Yeah, easy. Inspires confidence at first, but always disappoints. Presidential
candidate.
Is full of money and covered in germs.
Presidential candidate.
All right, owned by a giant corporation.
Presidential candidate.
There's a trend here. Was portrayed by Robert Redford in the movie The Candidate.
Oh. Wait a minute. What was the other one? Presidential candidate or?
Slot machine.
Slot machine. No.
So what advice do you give to people on that? What should move to the cloud? What shouldn't kind of?
So people used to be nervous about going to the cloud at all. Mm-hmm. Show me it's safe.
Yep.
But now what I see is I have all of these companies that have questionnaires from their customers saying, how do I trust you in the cloud? And you have to prove that you have DR and that you have backup and that you have good procedures that are secure. But we no longer have to answer the question of how do I trust the cloud. So now it's more about how do I migrate safely, and data is always the first story. Let's make sure that you can leverage that data in the future by treating it as not a liability but an asset now, and then the rest flows from there.
So when you speak at a conference like this, you do this a lot. Can you remember what it was like, at your first one? What was it like? Yeah. Your first time? What was going through your mind?
I can tell you that when I first started out in this industry, I was just a developer, hardcore, and I got really sucked in by it, right? So I couldn't work enough, and I got invited to do these different things like teach a class. First class was like 30 people. My voice is shaking, and then I was fine once I got the eyeballs of the people. I'm like, okay, good. And I decided after some years that, I admired some of these people in the industry, people we know, like Carl Franklin. I remember seeing him speak, and I remember thinking, I want to do that one day. So I asked this guy who was the chair of this conference, VCDC, could I come to the conference? And I actually said, I think, you don't really have a lot of women speakers. I'd like to do this. And he said, just send me some topics. So, like an idiot, I took the 3 hardest possible topics, thinking I want to get in.
Go all in.
No, I want to get in. I got to give him some really good, meaty topics. So I was doing things at work like DCOM optimization and STL and WinINet, communication libraries and things like that. So I offered a talk on each of those, thinking one will be a fit, and he accepted all 3. So I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Now I got to get 3 speeches ready, and it's my first time. That's lovely.
Yeah, that's intense.
So I get it all ready, but I over-prepare for the first one. And I remember getting into the room before the guy was coming off stage. There's 300 people in the room. The lights are shining on this guy. And I'm sitting there, and I literally think I started having a panic attack.
Sure.
So then I got up there, and again, voice shaking at first because it's like lights on you, 300 people. And pressure. It's a funny thing. It's like this fight or flight. I was over-prepared, and that was the key. Because I knew exactly what I needed to do. So
if you're
once
confident,
I got
it becomes
going,
second nature and it's easy.
Exactly. Had I not been prepared, it could have gone south, right?
So you find yourself now and you do it, it's just fun. and you get up there
Yeah.
and you just have fun with it.
It is. It's true.
Next time on Brad Anderson's Lunch Break.
I think the whole women in tech subject is so complex that there's a lot of ways to attack that one, right? Leadership at the top, if they're bought in to diversity, and this goes across all kinds of diversity without just talking about women, then it will happen. I think we just built our first outtake.